Hey, and welcome back to LW Pharmacy Technician School channel. As always, my name is Lindsay Bradford, and it's a pleasure to be here with you today. If you have not subscribed or rung the bell, please do so. New content do drop every Sunday. Find your time zone in the heart, honey, and tune in, okay? If you got questions, you can send me an email. You can drop it in the chat or drop it in the comments, and I do plan to get back to you. Today, we are talking about the role of a pharmacy technician and just how to use your pharmacy tech skills in order to pass that board exam, okay? And when I say pharmacy tech skills, I'm talking about more of like your soft skills, things that don't necessarily require you to do anything as far as like filling the scripts. This is going to be all just knowledge and basic information that you should know about pharmacy. So we have the American Society of Health System Pharmacists. This particular organization does the accrediting for technician training program curriculums. Our curriculum for our 15-week program and our 4-week program is accredited by ASHP. This is a very well-known organization in pharmacy, and they are some heavy hitters, okay? You will probably be asked some questions about ASHP on your board exam. Some people seem to get it wrong, but you're not going to get it wrong because you see this information here. So write this down. ASHP is the accrediting organization that accreditates curriculums for pharm tech programs, okay? The PTCB, it gives the PTCE exam. So I want to spend a little time to talk about this because, again, if you are getting ready to take your board exam and become certified, you're either taking one of these certifications that you see here. So either you're taking the PTCE, which is given by the PTCB, or you're taking the ExCPT, which is given by the NHA. Baby, look, all these acronyms, okay? Call me LB, Lindsay Bradford, okay? Okay, because they got all these acronyms. But the PTCE stands for Pharmacy Technician Certification Exam. And that exam is given by the Pharmacy Technician Certification Board. I get calls sometimes from some of y'all who are like, what's the difference between the PTCE and the PTCB? There is no difference. The PTCB is the organization that creates the exam, and the PTCE is the exam that you're taking, okay? The ExCPT is the second exam that they've had to come out. I remember it coming out. It came out a while back, but I want to say Texas didn't start recognizing it until 2018, 2017, maybe 2018, somewhere around there. I do know different states, were requiring people, if the state didn't adopt the ExCPT exam, then they were requiring their workers to take the PTCB. So I think now ExCPT has made some, they've advanced and they've gotten across some things. And so I'm not exactly sure if it's allowed in every state, but what I would tell you to do is to do some research to see if your state accepts it. And if you want to pursue that, you can. The PTCB, I'm PTCB certified, and I've just been with PTCB for years. It was out before the NHA, not to say that the NHA is bad, but it was out before NHA, and it's just what I'm feel comfortable with, I guess. I've been doing it for so long, so it's just easier just to kind of stick with it, but I'm not against it. Also, we are PTC. LW is a PTCB recognized training program. So if you're coming our way, just know that you are coming to a program that is recognized by the PTCB. Now, when it comes to maintaining these certifications, either way it goes, if you're taking the NHA or the PTCB, I have listed the continuing education hours or the commitment here. For the NHA, there are 20 hours of continuing education that needs to be completed. And then there is pharmacy law. So that means that out of those CEs, one of them needs to be pharmacy law. And when you get ready to do that, especially if you're in our course, we're going to walk you through it. Just know that if you get certified this year, which is 2023, you won't need to do any type of, you won't need to renew your certification until 2025. So you can do it where you are doing your CE hours. You know, you can start getting your CE hours in 2024, and then you can finish them up in 2025. You only need 20, so you can do 10 a year. Some people do them all in 1 year. It just depends on how you want to set that up. If you're doing PTCB, then you need pharmacy law and medication safety. Pharmacy law and medication safety for PTCB, okay? So you definitely want to decide what exam you're going to take, and that's going to dictate what information and what CEs are required in order for you to renew in 2025. Okay. BOP, Board of Pharmacy. Board of Pharmacies. What are their responsibilities for the Board of Pharmacy? The Board of Pharmacy responsibility is to register the technician, provide the consumers, which is your customers, a way to complain on the pharmacy, not necessarily on you, but they want to complain about the pharmacy. Maybe the pharmacy says that they're going to be open Monday through Friday, and they're only open Monday through Wednesday. And they have these rules out or these hours out that say that they are available, but they're not. They want to complain about that. Maybe they want to report problems. You know, maybe every time they go to the pharmacy, they are experiencing a sewer backup. You know, maybe every time they go in there and they're like, you know, okay, the first time the toilet overflowed, okay, that was fine. It wasn't fine, but I overlooked it. Well, the last 3 times I've gone and they're saying that the toilet is overflowing and it's a bad smell in the pharmacy. Let me look into this and see who can help fix the situation. So that's a problem. Illegal actions at a pharmacy. This could possibly be where people are coming to the pharmacy and buying prescription pills from the pharmacy. Look, I'm just telling you what's possible. Don't think it ain't ever happened before, because it have. So those are illegal actions that can happen at the pharmacy. So many other things that may be, you know, someone may want to report, and they do that to the Board of Pharmacy. You will notice that I have put the Texas State Board of Pharmacy, baby, because I'm in that Lone Star State, honey, that great state of Texas. And if you are in Texas, a lot of the information that you need to know can be found on their Board of Pharmacy. So go ahead and Google Texas State Board of Pharmacy. That's a great place to start, so you can know, you know, what are the stipulations and the requirements for your state. If you don't know the stipulations and requirements for your state, you can Google whatever state you're in, Board of Pharmacy. So if that's Georgia State Board of Pharmacy, California State Board of Pharmacy, Louisiana State Board of Pharmacy, and so on and so forth, and that information should pop up for you. The Board of Pharmacy also reviews and updates pharmacy rules and regulations. So any rule that's outdated, I'm pretty sure when during COVID, there were some things that needed to be changed, probably some things that we wanted to make exceptions for, just different things that needs to go through approval before the pharmacy can start doing it. It would start at the board, and then the board is also where the pharmacy roles of a tech can be expanded. So they expand the pharmacy, the roles of a pharmacy technician. It's also where we can advocate for farm tech increase in salary, maybe farm tech, like they say, expansion of the roles. What else could we be doing to advance? That sort of thing can be taking place there. The Board of Pharmacy also does audits. And so that they can do those audits and walk in, you know, into a pharmacy to just check and make sure everything is okay. I like to tell people, if you're working at a pharmacy where you're required to wear your name badge, they put that badge on. And if your name is required to show, stop tucking it underneath your shirt. put it on. Okay. Some people have it in their pockets, in their scrub pockets. Follow the rules, because one thing you need to remember is the Board of Pharmacy is the board that issues your license in your registration. If you get caught doing something that you shouldn't be doing, that's your license on the line. It don't matter what pharmacy you work for. You could work for Memorial Hermann, which is a big hospital here in Houston, or you could be working at an independent pharmacy. When they catch you, they coming for you. So I like to tell people, respect the rules of the facility that you're working for, making sure that you're aware of them, and that you are taking care of them and following them, because if not, you just don't want things to come back on you. And so the Texas State Board of Pharmacy is the organization that does issue the license, and you want to make sure at all times that you are following the rules, people. The other thing I'll mention is, with that license from the Board of Pharmacy, there is a liability insurance that you can get as a pharmacy technician that will help you to cover any malpractice or anything that takes place while you're practicing. So, if you have a license and the pharmacy gets sued, and because you were working that day, you were caught up in it, I always say, it's very important that you have your own insurance. It's like when you go and rent a car, they ask you, do you have car insurance? And if you don't have car insurance, you can buy their insurance. But the whole reason is we need you covered in case something happened. You needs to be covered. That's the same way in pharmacy with your pharmacy license. It's your license. You need to be covered. I don't care if you're working for a big corporation, a big organization, you need your stuff too. Okay? Because when things happen, we know how things go when things happen. Sometimes things go soft real fast, and then you like, well, how did I get here? And you're trying to figure it out. Look, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. Don't say I ain't told you. So if y'all want information on liability insurance and how to be covered as a pharm tech once you get your license, please drop the comment below in this video, and I will get that information to you all. Now, moving on to this slide. This is the National Association Board of Pharmacy. The National Association Board of Pharmacy oversees the State Board of Pharmacy. Okay. I put a little diagram out there for y'all, a little pyramid, because I wanted you to understand the levels to this. Okay. What's the level like? Yes. Okay. The best to ever do it. And I don't even mean to pat my own self on the back or toot my own horn, but I did put in the effort and the work because I want you to win, and I want you to understand not just how to pass this board exam, but how to go beyond passing that board exam and how to be an employee that your employer is bragging about and saying, baby, who trained you? Y'all better tell them Lindsay did, okay? So anyway, the NABP is the National Association of Board of Pharmacy. They oversee your BOP, which is your state. So here for me is Texas State Board of Pharmacy. Okay, so it's the NABP first, Texas State Board of Pharmacy, and then me, the CPHT, or you, right? So that's how that works. Hopefully this is clear to you. I just told you what the State Board of Pharmacy does. The NABP, what they do is they oversee the pharmacy boards throughout the entire country. They're also a place where we are housing our continuing education hours. So long time ago, it used to be where you would upload your CEs to PTCB, but now they have us uploading our CEs to the NABP, and then PTCB is grabbing it when we do our certification renewal, and they're checking to make sure it's it's all legit and it aligns. And then once it aligns, they go ahead and issue the renewal certificate. If you do your CEs, depending on where you do your CEs, they may go ahead and upload the CEs to your NABP account for you. I think the next slide, or maybe in a few slides, I'm going to talk about my friend Mike Johnston at the National Pharmacy Technician Association. NPTA. And that's where I get my CEs, and his organization uploads my CEs to the NABP. So that way, when I get ready to renew, I don't have to do all of those things. I just go in there, check it, it's in there, okay, bam. Now I'm gonna go to the PTCB, renew, and then once I renew at the PTCB, now I'm going to my state board of pharmacy and I'm renewing from there as well. So very easy, and every year when you renew, you're gonna renew with the PTCB or the NHA, depending on where you get your certificate from, and then you're gonna renew your license with your state. Your certificate is national. Your state is just for your license is for the state. So if you move from Texas to Arizona, you're going to get your license for the state of Arizona. Okay. Now you can continue your license here in Texas if you want to, and then that way you have 2 licenses, and you will always have just 1 certification for a pharmacy tech through PTCB, and then you can have a license in Texas, a license in Arizona, 1 in California, 1 in Florida, because baby, you traveling. You got it like that. So you travel from here to there, and that's fine. But you want to make sure that you are registered in those states, so that way you have the permission to practice in those states for those different pharmacies. Let's talk about inpatient pharmacy technicians. What are the roles for inpatient pharmacy tech? When I worked at Walgreens, we had a robot in there similar to this, but this particular place is not Walgreens. This is more of a compounding inpatient pharmacy. Basically, if it's inpatient, that means that your patients are staying in, hence the word inpatient. That means they're staying in, they're staying overnight. That means that they are staying overnight, and they are sleeping. So that could be hospital, that can be a nursing facility, that can be a home health, that can be anywhere where the patient is staying over, okay? As the inpatient tech, you are responsible for inventory. Okay, so that can be a title: inventory technician, robot filler, IV technician, chemotherapy technician, supervisor technician, technician verifier. So these are some of the roles that you can have inside of an inpatient pharmacy. When you get ready to apply for pharm tech jobs, don't just look at the Walgreens, the CVS, the local grocery stores, things like that. Step outside the box and see what else you can get. Now obviously if you just became certified, you may not be ready for a supervisor technician. So try to apply for that one today. But once you get some experience underneath your belt and you begin to learn more stuff about the pharmacy, then you can apply. I would probably apply for a supervisory technician position, maybe for 4 years. After I have about 4 years of experience, I would probably start. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't apply for the lead tech position, because you can. But supervisor, where you're supervising an entire team, I would probably give that 3 to 4 years just to make sure that you have a good understanding of what is needed. If you wanted to be a chemotherapy, same thing. You would get your pharm tech license or certification first, and then you'll get chemotherapy. Okay, these are ways that you can upskill and make more money as a technician. Right now, I have my IV technician license, but I have thought about upskilling and getting more certifications, not IV license, my IV certification. But I have thought about upskilling and getting more certifications underneath my belt, because if I ever want to use them, if I'm ever offered an opportunity, I could, go in. And even if I'm not offered the opportunity, it's good to know it so I can teach it back to you. Okay. So those are things that, that I've been thinking about. And that's just a way to kind of keep advancing in the role of pharmacy. Now, this is what I wanted to put out here for my friends who are getting ready to start applying for jobs. You want to have adaptability. Adaptability means that you can be modified for a new use or purpose. Modified for a new use or purpose. That means that you are flexible. You don't need to just do and be one thing. They can use you multiple ways. And a lot of times people mess up because they are not adaptable. They're not flexible in their work. So the employers can only use them in one way. So when the employers begin to grow the company, they have to let Jimmy go because Jimmy couldn't grow. Adaptability means that you can grow. That means that you know how to be flexible. You know how to get the job done in more than one way. I know y'all have heard this before. There's more than one way to skin a cat. I tell y'all all the time, look, you ain't got to get to the answer my way as long as you get there. Yeah, as long as you get there, I'm okay with it, you know? So adaptability leads to success. Here is my friend Mike Johnston. So for continuing education classes, or continuing education hours, excuse me, you can use the National Pharmacy Technician Association. Please know this is not a paid advertisement or any type of paid sponsorship because it's not, but I'm just merely sharing what has worked for me. But if you want to stay in contact with them and if you want to learn more about their organization, I did drop their website down here below at the bottom of the screen. So go ahead and take a look at that and see if it's a good fit for you. And just kind of go from there. Tell them Lindsay sent you. Again, this is not paid. This is not sponsored. This is just me merely sharing information just to help you where you don't have to go searching. I've already done the work for you. Closed door pharmacies. Closed door pharmacies are pharmacies that are not open to the public. It's just what it say. Child, the door is closed. What Nene say? The door is closed. It's closed door. Okay. Closed door pharmacy are not open to the public. Okay. So the technicians is processing medications for patients on a weekly or monthly basis. This is like a nuclear pharmacy. Closed door pharmacies are nuclear pharmacies. Or nuclear pharmacy is an example of a closed door pharmacy where we're not seeing any patients. You're just working with your coworkers. You're getting the work done behind the scenes, and that medication is being sent off, and the patient is receiving it from wherever it's been sent. Okay. When you are looking for a job, I want you to create, baby, look. Y'all, please create a LinkedIn account. Y'all on Facebook and Instagram. And Instagram and Facebook ain't really hiring y'all. LinkedIn is a way to connect to what? Opportunity. Connect to what? Opportunity. You need to connect to the opportunity, okay? Create a LinkedIn page, put your resume on there. If you are a student of LW or maybe you are a graduate of LW, you should have us listed on your listed on your resume underneath education so they can see that you have been properly trained. Well, we're at the end. As you know, we are still having our Zoom tutorials every Thursday. We have 2 slots available. Last week was full. So if you want to come in this week, please let us know. I'm going to drop the link in the video description. Please click that link. You can sign up, get in there with other people. The thing that has blessed me the most is to see the relationships that are coming from these tutorial sessions. Y'all are loving on each other. Y'all are supporting each other. And it makes me feel good when I don't see y'all and then I hear y'all say, well, I was working with such and such and we was working on Wednesday. We're going to be there on Thursday, Ms. Lindsay, but we was working Tuesday. Those things matter because now you're getting in the groove with other like-minded people, which is pushing you forward to your goal. Remember, if you're in the 4-week class or the 15-week class for LW, you don't have to worry about Zoom tutorials or purchasing anything because you're already getting it, okay? But I hope that you have a great week. If you have questions, if there's something you would like to see, if you want to share anything with me, drop it in the comments below. I love to hear from you all. And I love to know that you guys are being helped by this channel, okay? Have a wonderful week. Love on yourself. High five yourself. Get some studying in, but also get some you time in because I realize the more you connect to you, the deeper you are with yourself, the more you can retain this information and it won't hit a brick wall, okay? Have a great week and I will see you next Sunday. Have a good one. Bye.